Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. It's spring training time here in Ohio. OHSAA baseball set to begin next week with the regular season. But before we get there, we have scrimmage 2 of 4 for the Holy Name Green Wave as they make the trip to Indy. It's Independence Day for the Namers up next on SmeeSports.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Namer Nation! We will see you on Saturday afternoon! Riley Meister gets the point!
Back into left field! Say goodnight to that baseball!
This is another one! It's back-to-back jacks for KSU Tuscarawas! He's the point, and it's alive! Hanson pushes it over! Unbelievable! We play on! It's blocked! We're tied! We're tied! Unbelievable!
Good evening and welcome into Independence High School, home of the Blue Devils, for a spring training game between the Holy Name Green Wave and the Independence Blue Devils. He's Cam Ragazzo. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. Cam, we've called a couple of Tri-C games together, but for the first time as graduated Holy Name students, we are on the mic for Holy Name Baseball, a program that we both played for.
Yeah, it's great to be back right here, seeing the guys, and ready for a great day of baseball.
It should be a fun one. Both sides have a lot to prove this season. Independence, they might meet in Division 6, but at the same time, they have a lot of talent on this roster. It might be a short roster, but when you have 3 college commits, all of which who are in Division 2, that is going to be very tough to overcome.
I mean, yeah, they definitely got a good ball club, but can't discount Holy Name as well. We got some great players. Just excited to see them and go out and sharpen their skills today.
The mound battle is going to be an interesting one. A lot of guys expected to throw today, but the starter for Independence, Anderson Jolliffe, the Jolliffe name very well known throughout Independence. His brother Cy just graduated after last season, so a lot of pressure on the sophomore to do well. But for Holy Name, they are throwing their number 2 today in Harrison Frank. Yesterday, Dom Marchetta, nearly a perfect stint on the mound with 3 innings pitched. I believe at most he had 1 hit allowed. He is going to be fun to watch this season. We know that he's been fun the last couple of years, but what can Harry prove tonight that will make him just as fun to watch?
I mean, Harry can truly solidify himself in that number 2 role. He can go out there, throw the strikes that he needs to. We saw it at times last year. Had a little bit of trouble with some walks and some hits here or there, but when we needed him, he was there last year, and he was an excellent pitcher.
Running through the batting order for both sides. For the Namers, it will be Svets, Nemeth, Preissel, Sastry, Macedo, Wisniewski, Nemec, Tordzidlo, and Vega rounding things off in the 9-hole. As for Independence, Jenks, Cario, Narduzzi, Crooks, Jolliffe, Sabanya, Shedder, Peters, and Crooks, with Crooks being the 9. And weirdly enough, I mean, they have a very small roster, but they are having their pitcher hit in this game. Jolliffe definitely can't hit, but it will be interesting to see as they rotate in different guys how they approach their appearances at the dish. It is going to be a tough game for both sides. Independence, they've already dropped one scrimmage this season. Same thing for Holy Name. Holy Name, they played last night. A hard-fought loss, 5-2 in the official parameters of the game, for lack of a better word. I say that because the overall final was 6-2, but one run was scored in the bottom of the 7th. One thing to note with spring training, we don't play a normal high school game. There is no run rule. You play 7 innings, top and bottom. You get experience for guys, and that is why a team like Holy Name playing 4 days in a row with a rotation, those guys are going to get ready. And then if they are making mistakes, Cam, they have a week and a half off before they make the trip to North Royalton to begin their contests of the year. And it is going to be a very tough first game, but you look at these scrimmages, the way that they were planned out, pretty well thought out. Ridgeville, a very tough team. They were first, had one of their best seasons a couple of years ago. They are back after a long hiatus from being on top. Independence, always a formidable side. Tomorrow, Copley, and then to round things out, the team that ended your high school baseball career, Cam, in Firelands.
Yeah, but just like you were talking about, spring training's a good place to go out there, work out some kinks, try people in new positions, and get them ready for the season ultimately. Like you said, try out some players in different positions and get going for the start of the season.
And you look at the way that Holy Name will line up in the field this evening. You have Svets at second, Nemeth in center, Preissel at short, Sastry the designated hitter as usual, Maseta at first, Wisniewski in right, Nemec at third, towards Zidlow catching, and Vega in left. A lot of guys not in their usual position, so we will see how they play out this one tonight. Stepping into the box for the first time tonight, it is Joe Svets to get us underway. Official time in Indy is 4:30 on the dot. And Jolliffe deals, we are underway. Ground ball over to second base, and it should be an easy put away, and it is for out number 1. Independence, very efficient. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Yeah, that's how you want to start the ballgame if you're Independence, but if you're Holy Name, coming out swinging, Svets put some good piece on it, but fortunately right to the second baseman, and that's going to be out number 1.
That was Vinny Cario over at second base, making the play for the Blue Devils. And now in the 2-hole, up steps Nick Nemeth, wearing a new jersey this year in number 44. The first pitch he sees zips past for a ball. It's a 1-0 count. Nemeth, a tremendous sophomore campaign. He has been in the lineup pretty much since day one, and he is the impact hitter of the class of 26. That one he fouls into the netting. That evens things up at 1-1.
Yeah, and we saw his power last year. A couple of home runs, and most likely going to see some this year too.
Nemeth, I believe, according to his interviews, which we will have more of those up in the coming days, he is shooting to be an All-Ohio team member. If he plays like he did last year, there's a good chance that happens. That pitch in the dirt, now 2-1 on Nemeth. As you said, Cam, Nemeth known for his power, but he can do a nice job of putting the ball in play exactly where he wants it to be, even without a lot of power. That pitch zips right past for a strike this time around, 2-2. The first and the last pitch that he saw did the same exact thing, zip by, 1 ball, and that one a strike. 2-2 count, the pitch. And it's low. We have our first full count of the game, 3-2 on Nick Nemeth. In the on-deck circle, it is Brendan Preissel for the Namers. Jolliffe coming set, gets ready for his payoff. Chopped over to third. It is going to be a tough play. The throw is in time. A good charge over at third base from Sam Crooks for out number 2.
Yeah, but again, that was a good battle by Nick Nemeth going up there, seeing a lot of 6 pitches, just being in there and taking balls and strikes and kind of working your way back into this.
And now up steps Brendan Preissel, yet another junior in this lineup. Cam, pretty much you look at this roster, it's all juniors and seniors, only 2 underclassmen in Svets as a sophomore, and then Hudak as a freshman. Grounder over to first base is simply put on the bag to retire the side. A good play over at first base by Crooks, and that will do it for the top of the first inning. Independence's defense off firing. 3 groundouts forced across 3 batters. The Blue Devils will hit when we return. This is Spring Training Baseball live on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view. We should be back on here at Independence. Apologize for the technical difficulties. Our feed dropped. We were going a lot higher than our bit rate said we should have been, but Cam, as you know, with your years with me, tech issues always seem to find us.
True.
That ball is popped well out of play to the right side. Hitting first for Independence, it is number 23, Owen Jenks, the right fielder. 1-1 the count. Frank on the bump for the green wave. The pitch. And it is popped once again out of play.
Same place.
A good amount of contact by Jenks. He just needs to straighten it out. Now down in the count, 1-2. It's Jenks, Cario, and Narduzzi due up this inning for Independence. The pitch from Frank, and he gets the punch out. One batter faced and 1K for Harrison Frank.
Yeah, blew it right by him there with that high fastball. Sends it back to the dugout.
About as good of a start as you could have asked for if you are Harrison Frank. And now up steps Vinny Cario, the second baseman, already one punch out in this ballgame. Frank getting ready to work on the bump, will deal. And it is a first pitch strike to Cario. 0-1 the count. An excellent first pitch from Frank. Here comes the 0-1. This one is popped, and for the third time in the home half of the inning, it will go out of play over to the right side.
I guess they like it over there.
That is the landing zone for the majority of these pitches so far. They're being sent to opposite field. They need to start their motion just a titch earlier. And it looks like Harrison will be picky with the baseball. 0-2 the count in the on-deck circle. It is Dom Narduzzi for Independence. And we will talk about Narduzzi a lot during this broadcast, Cam, but he is one of the most impressive athletes in the CVC. The 0-2 from Frank, and he will not get the punch out. It skips in two towards Zidlow behind the dish. Now 1-2 the count.
I don't think that's a bad pitch there. Kind of a little throwaway.
You try and challenge down low, get the chase. The 1-2 from Frank, and this time he misses upstairs. Evened up now at 2-2. A very windy Tuesday evening here in Independence. Still chilly, but tomorrow expected to be a lot colder. It remains yet to be seen if the Namers will make the trip out to Copley or not. The 2-2 from Harry Frank. And it is grounded over to second base, scooped up and chucked over to Macetta for out number 2. A nice play by Joe Svets over at second base. His sophomore campaign, his first that he will be on varsity full time and not splitting time, and it's off to a good start.
Yeah, exactly what you want to see. Stay down on the ground ball, puts it over to first for the easy out.
And now up steps Dom Narduzzi, the senior catcher and also quarterback for Independence football. The first pitch from Frank will just miss outside. A good offering from Harry. But we talked about it off air, Cam. You usually see quarterbacks become pitchers, not catchers. And assuming that we do get to see him attempt to throw a runner out stealing, you would have to imagine that pop time would be right around sub 2.
Yeah, if you're holding aim, you got to get a good jump.
The pitch from Frank, and it skips in. 2-1 now the count on Narduzzi. After Narduzzi, it would be Sam Crooks, the third baseman. And as well, yet another great athlete as a part of this team. But his best sport still might be basketball. The 2-1, and it is chopped right to Harrison Frank, and he will make the beeline over to Macetta to retire Narduzzi and the side. A good start by the Green Wave. They get Independence in order. Both sides go in order. We send it back to the top of the second inning when we return. This is Spring Training Baseball live on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. It's the middle of the order. 4, 5, and 6 due up in the top of the second inning for Holy Name. 0-0 the score. Cam, a very slow first inning. Fast in time, but offensively, a very slow beginning.
Yeah, balls in play by both teams, but right to another member of the opposing defense. And like you said, quick first inning.
And it will be J.R. Sastry, the four-hitter, stepping up to get us underway for the second inning. The first pitch is in the zone, 0-1 on Sastry. Jolliffe remains on the bump for Independence. You would believe that he will go for at least a few innings here. And that will even things up at 1-1.
Yeah, I'd assume probably 3 at least.
Unlike a lot of scrimmages, especially for Holy Name, they are back-to-back-to-back-to-back. You can't just throw a bullpen game. Everyone gets 1 inning every single time out. Otherwise, you are going to run out of pitching by day 3. The 1-2 to Sastry, and he strikes out swinging. It'll be a throwdown from Narduzzi to confirm, and it is well in time. That is strikeout number 1 on the afternoon for Jolliffe. With Sastry going down swinging, now up steps Russell Macetta, the first baseman. Macetta, one of many players fighting for the starting spot over at first base for this team. Jolliffe's first pitch to Macetta is in the zone. 0-1 count on Russell.
I was going to say, is he the only lefty in the lineup?
There's a good chance he is.
I believe so, because Harry hits right-handed.
And that time around, it goes upstairs. 1-1 now the count on Macetta. Jolliffe coming set. Will deal. This time it's in the dirt, 2-1. Going back to the green and white scrimmage, depending on who you ask, you get different winners. If you ask Coach Goose, then he is going to say he won 4-3. If you ask Lubo, they won 9-7. You can watch that game back on the channel after this one. Now a 2-2 count on Macetta as he misses upstairs.
I believe Coach Kev.
Well, we were done in the 7th inning, and then we put a freshman into pitch for the 8th, and that's when things went a little awry. Full count now, 3-2 on Macetta. We are still looking for our first base runner of the afternoon. Jolliffe's 3-2, ground ball over to third, and the throw across is in time for out number 2. 5 up, 5 down to begin the ball game for Jolliffe and the Blue Devil defense.
Yeah, I mean, both sides are putting contact on it, but like you said, still no base runners.
And that is the second punch out of the game from Crooks over at third base.
Put out. Punch out's a strikeout.
Depends. You can punch someone out going to second base. If you watch the umpire who makes the TikToks, you would know that.
Well, Jose Ramirez punched out Tim Anderson.
That is a very true statement. Now up steps Wisniewski, and the first pitch that he sees, he chops foul. 0-1 on Wisniewski. If Wisniewski is able to be our first base runner of the game, up steps Garrett Nemec. Jolliffe coming set. The pitch. And it is brought up by Narduzzi for a strike. 0-2 count.
Thought that one was a little low, but good frame there.
I was about to say, as a former catcher, sometimes that's all it takes to get that strike. Jolliffe trying to retire the side in order for the second time, delivers. And it is fouled once again to the far right side. A little bit more power on this one from Wisniewski.
They love that landing zone.
Wisniewski, one of many expected to get an increased role on varsity this year. In the green and white scrimmage, a good start. He had an RBI single. And it's a drop third strike. Actually, they say Narduzzi kept it, and that will do it for the top of the second inning. A little bit of confusion. He did the right thing trying to run it out, but in the end, it's a moot point. 2 strikeouts this frame from Jolliffe, and the rest follows. So far, Cam, 9 batters up combined, no base runners. Will that change in the home half of the second inning? We will find out when we return. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Home half of the second inning about to get underway. Once again, we do have a new sponsor. It is Century 21 DePerio. If you want honesty and experience in your next real estate transaction, look no further than Patrick Mitchell at Century 21 DePerivo, a proud coach and supporter of Holy Name Baseball since 2007. Call him at 440-431-7458 and mention Holy Name Baseball. And if you purchase a home with him, he will donate a $150 sum to the program of Holy Name Baseball. Thank you to Coach Mitchell for being our newest sponsor. He will have his ad up just like the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center and CrossFit Strongsville by next broadcast. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get that done, as this is the time of the semester that every single professor decided, here's your homework.
I agree.
This is that weird time. You're about a month off of finishing the year, so now it's, do you ramp things up or do you de-accelerate? And I think collectively it was ramp things up.
Yeah, they all decided, let's give them homework.
The 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up in the home half of the second inning. It's Sam Crooks, Anderson Jolliffe, and Anthony Sabanya for Independence. Frank's first pitch of the frame is in there. 0-1 count to begin this at-bat for Sam Crooks, the Ashland commit.
Good fastball in there. Good first pitch strike.
Frank trying to repeat it here. And this time it is fouled away.
Gets him 0-2 quickly. Wouldn't be surprised to see him throw a nice chase pitch like he did earlier.
0-2 on Crooks, trying to get aboard and be the first base runner for either side. And he will have to wait that ball well upstairs.
Never mind. That was not a chase. It was, but not in the sense that I was looking for a curveball in the dirt.
But Sam Crooks, an excellent senior year for basketball. He is now the all-time leading scorer for the Blue Devils on the hardwood. A legendary career, and he just continues to increase his legacy. He's kind of Independence's Poochie Snyder, if you will, from Canton South. The pitch from Frank, and there is the strikeout from Harrison. His second, and Crooks goes down swinging for out number 1.
And both of them have been on fastballs. I mean, he just rears back and says, I challenge you. Throws it down the middle and sets him home.
Defense right now, the forte of both sides. It's a pitcher versus pitcher duel here as Anderson Jolliffe looks to break down Harrison Frank. The first pitch he sees is up past the letters 0-1 count, or 1-0 count, excuse me. But Jolliffe so far, 6 batters faced, 6 outs recorded on the mound. Frank's next delivery goes a little bit lower and misses in a similar fashion. 2-0 on Jolliffe. In the on-deck circle, it is Sabanya. Frank sets and deals. Another good miss from Harrison Frank, now a 3-0 count. And you can see Harrison Frank showing very minimal signs of frustration. The 3-0 from Harry. And there is the strike, 3-1 count, and now Jolliffe returns the face.
He knows he's close. He knew he was close on those 2 pitches, and he knows he can get it back.
Frank looking to challenge Jolliffe, deals, and it is in, now a full count, 3-2. I feel like given the pitches we've seen, we are where we're supposed to be, just in a roundabout fashion. Here comes the payoff from Harrison Frank, and he loses the battle against Jolliffe. Finally, through 11 batters, we finally have our first base runner, and it is Anderson Jolliffe.
He wins the pitcher versus pitcher battle.
It's crazy to think that we've been here this long, and we still haven't seen anyone get on until now.
Yeah.
And now up steps Sabanya, 1 away, and he looks to avoid a double play on the base path. The pitch from Frank, and it scoots past towards Zidlow. Forget the double play, put Jolliffe in scoring position.
I think that was 21 minutes of real time before we had a base runner.
I believe so as well. Now a 1-0 count on Sabanya. Ron and Shedder in the on-deck circle for the Blue Devils. Frank checks Jolliffe over at second base. Jolliffe breaks the pitch, bunt over to the right side. A good bunt, Frank bobbles, and everybody is safe. A tough break there for Holy Name, but still a great bunt down the line by Sabanya.
I mean, yeah, that was a perfect bunt. Even if Frank fielded it on the first try, it still would have been a really close play.
Well, watch it back here. It's just tough. He bobbles it, and there's just no recovery from there. Put him at the corners, 1 away. A double play ball up the middle would end this inning. But as of right now, with runners at the corners, Shedder in a prime situation to get 1 across. Frank deals, and he will miss. No, they finally give the strike. 0-1 count.
Late call, but a strike is a strike.
Now 0-1 on Shedder. After Shedder, it's Peters and Crooks to round out the starting lineup. Frank peering over at first, will deliver. Bunt shown, and the bunt is fouled into the backstop. 0-2 count. It's a good move there to try and get down the bunt. Independence playing small ball, and in a smaller school division, that will win you a lot of games. Very similar to how Columbia Station played when they were able to make a deep run last year.
Yeah, I like small ball, which is something on brand for me to say.
You either have the small ball or the power of Berlin Highland. There is no difference. The throw back over 2-1 is not in time, and Masetta does the right thing and walks it back to Frank. Getting out number 2 with a runner at third base is going to be huge, and it needs to come at the plate, unless it is a double play ball. The 0-2 count, the pitch from Frank, and it is fouled and stays barely in play. It looked like the net kind of just bended backwards and sent it back down.
A slingshot.
A slingshot with Peter still awaiting in the on-deck circle. Frank coming set, looking for out number 2. Runner goes, the pitch, and it is strike 3. No, it is fouled away. I think if you are Holy Name, you are definitely grateful for that contact.
Yeah, lives to see another pitch, but as well.
Because first base now is cleared. He could take it.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you have bases loaded. The 0-2. Frank this time unable to get it to go. It goes to the dirt and towards Zidlow scoops.
A good stop there by Mikey.
He's learning on the fly. Last year, about halfway through, he was thrusted into the starting catcher role. Ragone moved over to first base, but he has done a nice job learning the position to be a very good starting catcher. Piece to the left side and out of play. It looked like it may have hit off of the hitting cages out there and maybe went back in. Either way, it is a foul ball. A good hit, though.
Yeah. A lot of opposite field today. That one still stayed true and was opposite field again.
This is not the first time that we have seen Ryan Shetter on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Flashing back to July of 2024, he and his summer team were able to win the OPL 18U division. He did have the game-winning snag over at first base to seal a 1-0 victory over BHM Navy.
There was a time there between the ump and Harrison, but back underway.
1-2 count. Frank deals, runner goes, and it is in the dirt. 2-2, and that puts 2 in scoring position. A very good spot for Independence to be in right now.
And if you're Holy Name, you are looking for a strikeout here.
You are looking for an inning flip. 2-2 the count. The pitch from Frank, and it misses outside. A good battle between Shetter and Frank. 3-2 the count. A big pitch upcoming. Either we have out number 2, a ball put in play, or the bases load. Or worse, a run will score. The payoff, and it is fouled away. The great battle continues.
That's what I was just going to say, yeah.
This is probably the at-bat of the game so far. Both sides playing their best in their respective roles right now. But it can end in a sweet victory for Shetter. The payoff, and once again, he fouls it away.
Third or fourth?
I think the third in the last 4 pitches at least.
I think that's the fourth of the at-bat. Because the bunt, and then...
At a minimum, Shetter will walk away with a QAB. And once again, we rerun the scenario. Full count. Frank's payoff. Ground ball, it is hit weakly to the right side. 1 run scores. The flip from Spets is in time for out number 2. But that will give us our first run of the game as Anderson Jolliffe scores from third. A good bit of hitting there from Shetter. He gets it to a good spot. He gets the RBI. And that now puts a runner at third base. Still a very good spot for the Blue Devils to be in.
And he made a really close play at first.
It was a tremendous hustle play from Shetter. Independence on the board, now up 1-0. Frank's first pitch to Peters is a strike, now an 0-1 count. Holy Name 2 more scrimmages this season. They will take on Copley tomorrow and make the trip out to Firelands Thursday. Frank now up in the count 0-2, a heater past Peters. For Holy Name in the third, Nemec towards Zidlow and Vega due up to hit. Here comes the 0-2 from Harry, and it skips past. We will not have a play at the plate. Sabanya will play conservative down at third base.
That would have been close because he hesitated. If he would have went right away, he would have had it, but.
I think Coach Crooks wanted him to try his luck there.
Definitely.
Now a 1-2, the pitch from Frank. And he just misses his spot. The sheer amount of good misses today from Harrison Frank is impressive.
Yeah, he's been dancing around the strike zone.
2-2 the count. Frank ready, deals, and it is scooped up by towards Zidlow. Our third full count for Independence today. If Peters is able to get on, David Crooks, the first baseman, would step in, and that would give us 1 rotation through the initial order. The payoff from Frank, and it's a swing and a miss. Frank gets the K, his third punch out of the evening, and that retires the side. Independence strikes first blood in this scrimmage. Through 2 in Indy, it is 1-0. The Blue Devils on top on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Top three in Indy, 1-0 your score in favor of the Blue Devils. If you are just joining us, I am Nathan Smee. He is Cam Ragazzo on the call for you this evening. And so far, Cam, a pitcher's duel of sorts, definitely a small sample size to say that already. But on the other hand, 1 run scored, very few base runners. A competitive match so far. Jolliff's first pitch skips past Narduzzi, 1-0 the count. The 1 run that has scored courtesy of an RBI ground out from Ronan Shetter. And that was the best battle of the game, by far. Jolliffe still pitching a perfect game for the Blue Devils. Deals. Low in the dirt, 2-0 the count.
Now you just jinxed him.
As of right now, I cannot see any definitive action in Holy Name's bullpen. The pitch misses upstairs, now a 3-0 count.
Probably because we don't have a good angle.
Mikey towards Zidlow, the catcher in the on-deck circle for the Green Wave. And he wants to say hello. The 3-0, and it is a strike. Nemec has to pull back the bat toss. 9 times out of 10, if it's close and the player goes to toss the bat, it does not end well for the batter. He waits 1 more pitch, and he is aboard with a leadoff walk for Holy Name, and that is our first base runner of the night for the Green Wave.
Yeah, and you just jinxed him. You said he had a perfect game going on the mound, and then immediately walked him.
He still has the unsung part of baseball. He still has a no-hitter intact as of right now.
Oh, my.
But once again, this is spring training. It matters to an extent, but this is an opportunity for the pitchers to face some real competition opposed to their teammates. First pitch finds the zone on towards Zidlow. 0-1 the count.
It matters because you're jinxing them.
After towards Zidlow, Matt Vega awaits in the on-deck circle. A very hot start to his senior campaign. Runner goes the pitch, and it is fouled away by towards Zidlow. Nemec forced to go back to first base. Now an 0-2 count on Mikey towards Zidlow. Towards Zidlow, a warrior for both Holy Name baseball and football, had his plethora of injuries this season, but still fought his way through. An 0-2 count. Jolliffe looking for a 7th retired batter. Unable to get it on the slide. Now a 1-2 count on towards Zidlow. We do have some action in Independence's bullpen. 1-2 the count on towards Zidlow. The pitch. It breaks down low. 2-2 the count towards Zidlow. 2 good takes in a row. Two the count, still no one down, 1 runner aboard for Holy Name. The pitch, it is lined over to the right side. It is down for a single. Nemec will hold up at second base, and that is our first hit of the day for Holy Name. Mikey towards Zidlow. He got a lot on that hit.
Yeah, and I mean, good battle. Went from 0-2 to 2-2, and then serves it up the other way and into right field. The base hit.
And we'll watch back that swing. A clean piece into right center field. Nothing more that you could ask for from towards Zidlow. 2 runners on, 1 in scoring position for the Green Wave. And now up steps Matt Vega. Bunt shown, pulled back. It's a strike. Narduzzi will fake the back pick. But Vega yesterday, a 2 RBI single. He was responsible for both runs Holy Name scored. He looks to continue that here and has an opportunity to at least plate 1.
Now, if I were a betting man, he's probably bunting again.
0-1 the count. Jolliffe, he will throw back to second. Nemec doesn't have a step. It is through, and Nemec will stay put. Good backup in center field. But if that ball was there and in the glove,
He was probably
it's over.
Yeah.
Nemec gets lucky on the throwback from Jolliffe, but an excellent move from Jolliffe in the same breath. 0-1 the count on Vega. Jolliffe sets and delivers. Bunt shown, unable to get it. Narduzzi the back pick, and it is not in time. A good move by Narduzzi, but unable to complete the play. This feels very similar to the St. Vincent St. Mary game at Twinsburg with the way that Narduzzi is trying for the back picks. Holy Name last year, they struggled on those back picks. I think at least 2 players were retired on the base path at first base because Crable just kept doing the back pick, and it worked.
I think it's 1-1. I thought that was a strike.
They call it 1-1 on the board.
That's what they were talking about.
Jolliffe sets and delivers. And it is chopped foul. So now a 1-2 count on Vega. That was a tough pitch to really recognize as he kind of followed through a more softball bunt from Vega. If he would have gotten that one down, both second and third would have been safe. 1-2 the count, still no one down in the top of the third. Jolliffe sets, delivers, pops up over to the left side, called off at short, and snagged for out number 1. A good catch over at short, and we go back to the top of the order with Joe Svets. Svets, his first time up, a ground out to the second baseman. After this inning, most likely we will begin to see some lineup changes for both sides. Independence, a lot less flexibility in that department. Holy Name, they pretty much have another team on their varsity. Svets will get a great bunt down the near side. Can he complete it? Yes, he can. What a bunt by Joe Svets. That is how you play small ball baseball, and you can hear Coach Macetta fired up. He loves it.
I mean, absolutely. Perfect bunt right down the line. Stays fair. Everyone's safe.
Well, watch just this bunt back here. It's perfect. It's perfectly placed. You really can't get much better than that, and it's his hustle that completes the play. And now the base is low for Nick Nemeth. The pitch from Jolliffe, it is low, and Narduzzi able to easily get it. 1-0 the count. A quick shift in momentum. Holy Name 180 feet away from taking the lead. And that will help. Nemeth sends a rocket to left center field, and it is in play. It falls. At least one will score. Nemec's through, and towards Zidlow as well. Svets to make it a trifecta, and he does. A 3 RBI double for Nick Nemeth. Holy Name takes the lead.
And my, oh my, he got a hold of that one. Ripped it a long way, and all the runners were off.
A long ways? I think he did hit that one a long ways.
Hit that one a long ways.
What a piece by Nick Nemeth.
It'll change the score drastically.
This one actually does, as it is now 3-1. Holy Name firmly in the lead. It's Preisel's turn, and he will see a first pitch strike. But Nick Nemeth, one swing of the bat, once again proves in the game of baseball, one pitch that gets away, and the game changes. It's an 0-1. Nemeth in scoring position. Ground ball over to the left side. Nemeth will reach third. The throw to first is through. It is bobbled, and Nemeth will score at home. What a job by Preisel. He puts it in play, and Nick Nemeth does the rest. 4-1, Holy Name on top.
And like you said, what a quick turnaround. Momentum flipped, a whole 180 right there. 2 pitches, and Holy Name is now leading 4-1.
So now the question is, would you score that as an error?
Yes, I would. Not a good throw.
An error over from short. The run scores 4-1 the score, and J.R. Sastry now steps in. Holy name, definitely back in business.
But not to discredit Brendan Preisel. Still, good job putting the ball in play. A minute, a tough play for short, but throwing it in the ground and then unable to pick it at first.
And a swing and a miss from Sastry. He is struggling to find his connection. And once he settles into the season, he does not settle out. Once he is locked in and ready to go, look out, he's good for a homer every doubleheader. The pitch from Jolliffe, and it is fouled into the backstop by Sastry. The wind continuing to whip through Independence High School. Definitely a chilly afternoon. A little bit warmer than the green and white scrimmage in which that we had sideways snow. Sastry, a pop-up into left field, had a good amount of power behind it, and it is caught for out number 2. Preisel retreats to first. No harm, no foul. And after the pop-up, now up steps Russell Macetta. Macetta looking to move Preisel along. This will most likely, if Macetta is retired, be the final batter that Jolliffe faces tonight. Jolliffe set and delivered. Macetta backs out, evading the ball. 1-0 count. We do have a slight schedule change happening here on SmeeSports. Tomorrow we will instead be at Mount Union, not on the channel, as Mount Union Women's Lacrosse takes on Muskegum. I believe a 7 p.m. beginning. I could be wrong. It's probably 6 o'clock. I don't really know. The game from tomorrow, it's Alliance Sandy Valley. It has been moved to Thursday, same time of 5 p.m. The pitch from Jolliffe is popped out of play, and it will go into Alumni Field. A beautiful job at Alumni Field. The far stand with the press box redone over the summer, and they were able to get it done just in time for football season. A very much improved main stand. 2-1 count. Jolliffe deals. Preisel goes. Narduzzi bobbles it on the transfer, and Preisel is in scoring position.
That'd have been a very close play if he was able to field that cleanly and make the throw, because we know he's got a good arm from being a quarterback.
As well, stay tuned during the break as we will bring on Holy Name ace Dom Marchetta. Jolliffe sets and delivers. It's past Narduzzi, and Preisel is at third. Put runners at the corners with 2 away, and now we will see Ryan Wisniewski with a chance to continue his tremendous start to 2025. To correct what I said earlier, he had an RBI triple in the green and white scrimmage, and he got a hold of that baseball. Him and Nemec with the big hits going in. That is not what we expected, but in this industry, you are taught to expect the unexpected. It is March after all. Jolliffe getting ready on the bump. Deals his first offering to Wisniewski. It is passed, and that will put Macetta in scoring position. A lot of low pitches from Jolliffe. But I feel like this is good for Independence, their struggles right now. This is a game that they can look at against a team in a higher division and say, what went wrong? What do we need to do? And watch back the film and say, this is the one mistake that caused the rest. Let's fix that one thing, and we will be back to our best.
And that's why it's spring training.
And I would put Independence right now, if I had to predict, at least in my district bracket, maybe in regionals. Jolliffe deals, it's low. This time Narduzzi keeps it close. And those are the adjustments that we talk about. It's a minor one. He keeps the ball closer. It's not to the backstop, and Preisel isn't scoring. That's what matters. 2-1 the count on Wisniewski. The pitch from Jolliffe. And just outside, a good miss from Jolliffe.
Yeah, I thought that was there.
It looked like it from our vantage point, and for once, we have pretty much a perfect vantage point to look at the game.
If you're a righty, then yes.
The 3-1, Wisniewski pieces it right side, and it is down the line foul. And there is the power of Ryan Wisniewski on display.
Yeah, I mean, good line drive, just hooked it a little foul.
I know, Cam, you played with most of these guys last year. Is this what you expected to see so far through 2 2/3?
Probably not, but that's what we got.
An improved team, a hungry team to make it far in the playoffs. The 3-2, ground ball up the gut, and it will skip off the mound, caught over at second, and there is the out. An excellent recovery by Cario to retire the side. It had a ramp, it had takeoff, and Cario somehow able to control it. Cam, before we go, I'm going to ask you one question. Would you be able to make that play off the ramp of the mound?
Absolutely.
What a great play by Cario. As we switch the frame, we will welcome on senior pitcher and ace of Holy Name Baseball, Dom Marchetta, to the broadcast. And once he puts on his headset, we are ready to go.
Hello, Smee.
Dom, it's good to be with you here.
It's good to be
a little
back.
bit of a different spot for you to be in. When I'm interviewing you, I'm usually off holding a microphone.
Yeah.
You have your own headset this time.
No, it's different. It's good.
But looking at last night, you had a very good night on the mound. I believe either no hits allowed or one hit against
no
a very
hits.
good Ridgeville team. Just talk about that performance and what that means for your season.
It really felt good to get going on the mound. Just going out there, being able to throw first pitch strikes, that's a big thing for me this year. Get ahead in counts. I was able to do that yesterday, and I took advantage of that. That was it. I mean, I kept pitch counts to about 10 an inning. Getting out there first time out, I needed that because that's a big confidence booster, not only for me, but as a team being able to go out there as their ace and have them know that I got their backs and they can have mine. It's good. It's a real confidence booster for us.
Almost everybody returns to the team from last year. Obviously, you lose two big starters in Joey Ragone and Adam Humanick, but the guys that look to replace them are making really good plays so far. I mean, in the green and white scrimmage alone, we had Wisniewski and Nemick both hit triples.
Yep.
To have guys like that, fringe starters, make plays like that, what does that mean for the depth of this team? I mean, you look at your schedule, a very tough one.
Yeah.
Hey, a lot of back-to-back days. If you have to go up against Padua 1 and 2, which both are very good this year, you need your best.
No, we for sure need our best. And, I mean, like you said, Wiz and G, both guys who have really grown into their positions and into their builds this year. And, I mean, you can look all around the diamond. Nemeth grown even more. I mean, he was a star last year. I think he's even better this year. You got our pitching staff is unbelievable this year. Everybody's growing into their stuff, really. And like you said, back-to-back games, not only do we have the pitching to do that this year, but we have the fielding and we have the backups if somebody gets tired. Everybody's there and everybody's ready to make a difference.
One final question before I let you go back to the dugout. This team, it seems a lot closer knit than last year.
100%.
Talk about the team bonding over the offseason, because I come into media day expecting somewhat the same from last year, and instead it's a band of brothers.
No, we're a complete family this year. Everybody knows every little detail about everybody because, I mean, that's just kind of how we are. Everybody's a friend. Everybody's a family. We're brothers. And not only does that help us fundamentally and, with chemistry, but on the field we know we can trust each other, and it really is it's a difference maker for us.
I'll let you go back and watch Harry. A good first pitch to begin this inning. Now an 0-1 count. Dom, thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Hope to see some more guys throughout the game on the broadcast. But Dom, the ace, expect to see his name called a lot this season on SmeeSports.
Thank you.
And now we bring on another pitcher, but one that no longer pitches or plays baseball. Cam Ragazzo back on the mic.
Yeah, I am.
1-1 the count here now for Crooks. It's Crooks, Jenks, and Cario this inning for Independence. Frank continues to deal on the bunt. 4-1, Holy Name leads. Bunt shown again, and it is foul. Credit to Crooks, though. Given the bunt sign, you are told to do everything to make the bunt happen. He put the bat in the dirt, and to his credit, I think he barely touched it.
I think it was foul. If not, he offered anyways.
But that is really doing everything you can to possibly help your team. David Crooks, the first baseman, looking to get aboard as the leadoff man. Frank up in the count 1-2, and it is fouled away by Crooks. A good amount of foul contact off of Frank today.
He's challenging him when there's 2 strikes. We saw early he went with the curveball in the dirt, but all of his strikeouts have been on fastballs.
And with Holy Name playing from behind to then take this lead, if it was, it's Owen Jenks for Independence. The first pitch he sees is a ball, 1-0 count. But Frank so far, 1 time through the order, 1 run allowed, no hits. An excellent start by Harrison Frank. So far now in 5 1/3 innings work, the top 2 of Holy Name, 0 combined hits allowed.
Very nice.
And even if Frank does give up a couple this inning, if it's 3 or 4, That's still a pretty good statistic to take into the season. But Frank continues to dial in a tremendous first strike in this at-bat. 2-1 now the count.
And this will most likely be his last inning, as I think Ryan Wisniewski is warming in the bullpen.
The pitch. A good pitch from Frank right down the middle. Evens things up at 2-2. Down 2-0. Makes it 2-2. Frank knows how to battle in these situations. Can he get strikeout number 5? No, he cannot. But at third base, it's a catch from Garrett Nemec. What a snag by GN13. You got to bring out the number and the initials there for that one. What a catch. We'll watch it back, but Cam, that is our new contender for play of the game. Not an easy catch to make at all, but Garrett gets dirty and makes it happen. First pitch of this at-bat is grounded foul to the left side. It's Vinny Cario, the second baseman, back in the box for Indy. 2 outs in the home half of the third inning. Holy Name right now enjoying life, up 4-1. The pitch. Swing and a miss, now an 0-2 on Cario. To the count. Frank looking to get Cario in 3. Already 4 punch outs today to make it 5, and it is just fouled. A protection swing, but it gets him another opportunity to make a play. That is what you ask of your batter in an 0-2 situation. It doesn't need to be perfect. They don't need to get on every single time. They just need to battle. Frank trying to finish the job. The 0-2, and he gets him looking for strike 3. Mambo number 5 on the mound from Harrison Frank to retire the side. What an outing by Harrison Frank. Once again, we look at the statistics of it. The 1 and 2 of Holy Name. 6 innings combined pitch across 2 days. 0 hits allowed. That is one heck of a way to begin spring training. We will step aside and hear a word from our sponsors. Holy Name up to bat when we return. This is Spring Training Baseball live on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. The call to the bullpen has been made by the Independence Blue Devils. They will bring on sophomore Caden Shute to pitch. Once again, we do have a new sponsor. His ad not made yet, but we will read it out. Century 21 DePirio. If you want honesty and experience in your next real estate transaction, look no further than Patrick Mitchell at Century 21 DePirio, a proud coach and supporter of Holy Name Baseball since 2007. You can call him at 440-431-7458. And if you mention Holy Name Baseball and you purchase a home from him, he will donate $150 to the Holy Name Baseball program. Thank you to Coach Mitchell for becoming our third Holy Name Baseball sponsor of the season. Cam, as we're back on here in Indy, a good game so far for the Namers, but they see a new arm, and sometimes all it takes a new arm to throw people off. What do you think he'll deal?
I think, he's going to do his best to throw as many strikes as he possibly can. But ultimately, they're going in there to see some new pitches. And, ultimately they're going to see a new arm every game. And I think it's good that they're able to see another arm.
Good job, Cam. You allowed me to turn up the ISO on the camera by running across and running back. A little bit more of a brighter picture now that you can see. We'll keep messing with it during the game. With the sun coming and going like now, it is very bright. is very difficult to see as Nemec pops that one over into right center field, more right field, and it is caught in the air for out number 1. 1 pitch and 1 retired.
Yeah, but able to get some good contact on it and shoot it over to right field. As Nathan will go fix the camera yet again. Up steps number 42, Mikey towards Zedlow. He had the single in his first time up, shot that one to right field. That one is fouled back.
Thank you, Cam.
Yeah.
Oh,
I assume you'll be doing that more as well, so.
I just put it on auto and we're hoping.
Oh, okay.
0-1 the count on towards Zidlow. A single his first time up. 1 of 3 technical hits in this game. 1 of 2 that weren't bunts. 1-1 now the count on towards Zidlow. Shoots, sets, and delivers. Curves it in, and it is fouled out of play by towards Zidlow. 1-2 now the count. It will be Matt Vega, the 9-hole, due up next for the Green Wave. Shoots, sets, delivers, fires, and it is just upstairs. A great break, but not enough to find the sweet spot.
It was close.
A very good delivery. Now 2-2. Shoot, delivers, and it is grounded over to first base, and it is bobbled. The play at 1 is not, or is in time.
That was almost a collision.
Almost a big collision, but either way, towards Zidlow retired for out number 2. A good play made at first. Obviously, the bobble doesn't help, but the recovery was good from Crooks. He made the play in the end. It doesn't matter how you make the play. If you make the play, that's what matters.
And out's an out.
And now up steps Matt Vega. The first pitch he sees, he fouls out of play. 0-1 now the count as we will have a parade of benchwarmers run for the ball.
Terry Frank.
And he almost tripped running over a hill. The 0-1 from Shoot. Breaks in. What a beautiful pitch, but it will miss. A lot of good movement, and I'm sure in the Tri-C games that we do, we see those kind of pitches, but from this angle, you see that motion a lot more. Now a 1-2 on Vega as he fouls that one into Narduzzi's glove. Shoot, looking to get the namers in order. Deals the 1-2, and he will miss outside. Now in 2-2 the count. Shoot, looking to get the job done, and he gets Vega to cut well before the pitch gets there to retire the side. An excellent delivery from Shoot. Cam, we will watch that one back again. The movement on that pitch, I mean, once we see it back, that thing broke in a hurry. We'll watch it right here. You see the movement. Beautiful move. Beautiful pitch from Shoot. 3 batters faced, 3 retired. We move to the home half of the 4th inning. Ryan Wisniewski on the bump when we return. This is Spring Training Baseball live on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. 3, 4, and 5 due up in the home half of the 4th inning here in Independence, Ohio. Holy Name up 4-1 against the Blue Devils. If you are just joining us, he's Cam Ragazzo. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. Cam, 1 inning of offense for both sides. Indy, 1 run back in the 2nd. Holy Name, 4 runs back in the 3rd. If Independence is to score here, what gives?
Definitely could be the change of pitchers and a lot of changes in the field that we saw, but still another arm to see for them and good practice going forward.
And speaking of the new arm, it is Ryan Wisniewski. And Wiz will have to face Narduzzi, Crooks, and Jolliffe this frame. Wisniewski's first pitch hits the corner for strike 1. A good opening offering from Wisniewski. And Ryan, I assume, will be catcher number 2 when we have a lot of doubleheaders. He will split time with towards Zidlow. Forget about that. It is cranked by Narduzzi. It falls over Alexic's head. Narduzzi is at second. It is a leadoff double for Dom Narduzzi. And there is that QB power, but just in the form of a swing.
I mean, yeah, he hit that a long way. And just before I was going to say there were some notable changes, like Nick Nemeth is now at short. Michael Lexick is now in left. Nick Hudak in center.
Luke Hudak,
sorry. And Danny Sibley in right field.
A lot of changes made, and the first real hit of the game for Independence. We've seen a couple of guys get on, but the first hit of the ball game, and Cam, they've been waiting, and you can tell.
Absolutely.
With a runner in scoring position, now up steps Sam Crooks. And he knows a thing or two about scoring. That pitch breaks in and just misses. A good miss at that, but either way, 2-0 the count. Crooks looking to move Narduzzi along. And that will help. It is down the left field line. It is a base hit. Narduzzi turns and scores from third. Heading to second base, it is Crooks, and he is safe. It's an RBI double for Sam Crooks, and Independence is back on the board. No hits through 3, 2 in a row for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, first 2 up. Good solid contact by both doubles. And still no outs here for the Namers.
A tremendous hit. It hit down that line. You see where Alexic is playing. He's giving that line basically an invitation to get hit. Same scenario, 1 run richer. First pitch strike. It's 0-1 on Jolliffe. But when you are able to get a double with a runner at second base, get the RBI, and reload the situation, that is one of the best feelings in baseball. Jolliffe unable to get good enough contact on that one. Now an 0-2 on Anderson. After Jolliffe, it is Sabanya, the shortstop. Wisniewski checks the runner, deals, and it is upstairs at the letters for strike 3. It's out number 1. Wisniewski brings down Jolliffe looking.
Yeah, good pitch there. Like you said, top of the zone. Good frame there by Mikey towards Zedlow and sends him down.
That's either our first or actually now second called third strike looking of the game for either side. And now we will see Anthony Sabanya, the shortstop, step in. Crooks breaks towards Zidlow, has no throw, and it is an easy stolen bag for Sam Crooks. He is now 90 feet away from making this a 1-run ball game. A very good scrimmage right now, 4-2 the score. Independence on the door of making it 4-3. Wisniewski delivers, bunt shown. It is pulled back towards Zidlow. Could have had a play at third. Nemec also goes in line with Crooks. No play possible. One now the count on Sabanya. Ronan Cheddar awaits in the on-deck circle for the Blue Devils. Wisniewski checks and deals. It is low, and towards Zidlow, has him hit a rundown. The play at home is not in time. Sam Crooks uses his head, literally.
Ow.
Sam Crooks takes it. Once again, there is a reason why he is the all-time leading scorer for the basketball program. No matter what comes his way, no matter what hit he has to take, He makes the play. We will watch it back. But the dedication to get hit and still make that play and score, that is excellent from Sam Crooks. And all of a sudden, we have a one-run ball game. Wisniewski deals and misses upstairs. Not enough break. 3-1 the count.
That's why you wear helmets in baseball.
And as predicted, if there were to be a break from Holy Name, it would be amid all of the changes. And that has been the case. 3-1 the count. The pitch from Wisniewski. It goes to the dirt. And the tying run is now aboard. Ronan Cheddar, he opened up the game with an RBI hit. He did ground out, but he still was able to play the opening run. He steps back in. Bottom 4, 1 away here in a very windy Independence. Wisniewski checks the runner and deals. First pitch is a strike, 0-1 count to begin Cheddar's at bat. You look down that left field line once again, Cam. Alexic inviting a liner.
A lot of open grass.
He might need to take a couple of steps over towards the line. It might not matter as of right now. Wisniewski dealing on the bump. Now an 0-2 count. But the outfield needs to be cautious of their positioning. Independence has shown time and time again they can hit the ball with plenty of power. They can't get burned in the outfield. And Cheddar will not get burned. He is struck out. The throwdown 2-2 is not in time from towards Zidlow. Only the one on the pitch. Either way, that is strikeout number 2 of the inning from Ryan Wisniewski.
But the runner also does move 180 feet away from tying this game.
As he said, tying run now at second base. And we will see Josh Peters, the center fielder. First pitch, he sees a very good one at that from Wisniewski. 0-1 the count. Bottom 4, 2 away here in Independence. 4-3 Holy Name on top, your score. This one is booted to the dirt towards Zidlow, can't get it. The tying run now stands at third. Holy Name needs to find out number 3, Independence. One error from Holy Name away from tying this one up. One the count. Wisniewski will set and deliver. Swing and a miss. It's past this to tie the game, and he will retreat. Sabanya not testing fate quite yet.
We've seen that twice. Kind of a little indecision at third base.
The first one was a better opportunity than that one for sure. So
that one had a hard bounce off the backstop.
I would say definitely the right decision to lay off. 1-2 the count. The pitch from Wisniewski. It is cranked and caught by Nemeth on a dive at short to retire the side. Nick Nemeth holds up for the Namer defense, and the Green Wave will remain on top. Cam, what a play by Nemeth. Not usually a shortstop by trade, but when called upon, he makes the play.
Absolutely. He can play anywhere, especially with that speed and able to run over to that baseball and get it before it hits the ground for the third out of the inning.
We go back to the top of a frame. Top 5 in Indy. Holy Name 4, Independence 3, your score. This is Spring Training Baseball live on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. back on at Independence High School. Once again, we do have a third and final sponsor that we do not have an official video made for yet. It is Century 21 DePerio. If you want honesty and experience in your next real estate transaction, look no further than Patrick Mitchell at Century 21 DePerio, a proud coach and supporter of Holy Name Baseball since 2007. You can give him a call at 440-431-7458. And if you mention Holy Name Baseball and you make a purchase of a new home, he will donate $150 to the Holy Name Baseball program. The first pitch of the new frame is up and a strike in the zone. 0-1 count on Svets.
Hey, the sun's back out.
Shoot still on the bump for Indy. The 0-1. That time he can't connect. 1-1 now the count. 3 more full innings remaining in this one. It looks like, as of right now, if the result holds, we will need the bottom of the 7th regardless. Grounder over to third. The throw 2-1 is in time. 1 up, 1 down for Indy's defense. Just a simple ground out by Svets. Last time he reached on a tremendous bunt. A player known for his speed and his ability to take bases on the base path. We will need to see a lot of that this season if Holy Name wants to make a deep run into the playoffs. The first pitch to Nemeth hits him. Last time, a double that scored 3 runs. This time, he takes his hard 90 on 1 pitch. And now up steps number 12, Danny Stibley, in place of Brendan Preisel. That is our first in batting order change. And we will still see JR at least one more time as he is on deck. Bunt shown. Third crashes the pitch. Stibley pulls back, and it is a strike. 0-1 the count. But you can see over at third base, Sam Crooks, he made a beeline towards home. First base still will hold Crooks on the edge of the grass over at third. Shoot, sets, delivers, runner goes, and it is grounded up the middle. No play over at second base, but the play is made at third. And that is a good job by Nemeth taking that base when he did. Otherwise, Holy Name would have been doubled up.
So the play was made at third. It was made at first.
Either way, 2 away now, and J.R. Sastry steps in. JR so far today, a strikeout swinging and a pop-up over in left field. And he is ahead of the first pitch he sees. 0-1 the count. Definitely a lot of power behind that swing. If he can connect, Holy Name might be adding 2 more runs on. 0-1 the count. Nemeth dancing at second base. He won't go, and it is a ball to Sastry.
He'll probably look to go on this pitch.
I was about to say, I would assume to see Nemeth potentially make a play. Coach Macetta says hold up, and he will listen. Narduzzi tries to pick him over at second base, and it skips through, tries to hit him ball trick, and Nemeth says no. 1-2 the count. Shoot, trying to get out of the frame unscathed other than Nemeth. Nemeth a big lead. He goes. He will be definitely safe at third, but it does not matter. Shoot strikes out Sastry to retire the side. Cam, another excellent pitch from Shoot. Another great punch out.
Yeah, kind of just fluttered it in there with that breaking ball, and it'll get another strikeout.
We go to the home half of the 5th inning in Indy. All to play for. Holy Name up 4-3 against the Blue Devils. We will return in a moment. This is Spring Training Baseball live on SmeeSports. Bottom 5 in Indy. On the mound now for Holy Name, it is Brendan Preissel, the junior. He looks to emulate his brother and Miami of Ohio pitcher Connor on the bump. If you are just joining us, he's Cam Ragazzo. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. A new inning, a new frame for Holy Name to recover. Last time out, 2 runs allowed, but it was Nick Nemeth at shortstop. A web gem prevented us from having a tie ball game.
And a whole new battery, actually. Nathan Sank is in at catcher.
Sank will look to DH in place of JR often this season as well. He expects to get some game time in the outfield. Stepping into the box for Independence, it looks like we do have a new player in for the Blue Devils. It is number 16 as we check the roster. Either way, the first pitch from Preissel is in the dirt.
Looks like Angelo Rodriguez.
Angelo Rodriguez, it is from the senior class of 25 at Independence. Preissel coming set. Delivers. Ground ball over to the right side of the infield. Scooped up at second and thrown over to South Street. 1 up, 1 down for the Namer defense.
Good start to the inning.
And that was Joe Svets over at second base making the play. We now go back to the top of the lineup, at least in principle, as once again we will have a new batter in for the Blue Devils. And this time around, he is not listed on the Max Preps roster, but we should have him from what the coaches gave us. Either way, Preissel's first pitch, and it is blocked by Sank. 1-0 the count. And it appears that Cario, that's his number of 4, but it's not him. It's Crooks. Missed one spot on the actual board here. Our apologies. A little bit of confusion there, but either way, 2-0 the count on Crooks. And then we go back to the top where we should be back to our traditional order. And that is a strike. 2-1 the count. Preissel getting back to his best. Preissel, he might not be in every game or in every series pitcher, but in games, especially out of conference, I would expect to see him get at least a few innings of work on the bump. That's the role that he kind of played last year for Holy Name. The notable game, once again, going back to it, St. V's that he pitched. You have to have your guys that pitch every series, so that would be right now Dom, Harry, and Frank Germano. But then you need some guys who can pitch the non-conference games or come in relief and make something happen. Popped up way over to the right side and caught by Svets for out number 2. This might be the Joe Svets inning.
He's already got 2.
Needs one more, and it would be Owen Jenks to give it to him. Jenks, Cario, and Narduzzi, the 3 due up next for Independence. And we will see if the same exact order is kept throughout the rest of this game. Once again, Independence, not a lot of subs to work with. First pitch in the dirt, 1-0 the count. So far today, Jenks, a strikeout and a lineout to his name. Here comes the 1-0. And it skips past Sank. 2-0 the count. Open it and look through it. I don't know what's in it. So now 2-0 on Jenks. Once again, Holy Name, 2 more scrimmages to close out their preseason. They are at Copley and at Firelands to close out this week tomorrow and on Thursday. The 2-0 from Preissel. And it's low, 3-0 the count. But Holy Name, they begin their regular season on April 5th at North Royalton. 12 p.m., first pitch in No Row. We will have the broadcast for that game live here on SmeeSports. The 3-0 from Preissel, and that is a tremendous get-right pitch from Preissel. Picture perfect, now a 3-1 count. This is a good test for Preissel. Down 3-0 in the count. Can he fight his way back in? And the answer is yes. We are full 3-2. For Holy Name next inning, Maseta, Wisniewski, and Nemec due up. I would assume that Maseta just moves to DH unless they bring in someone else, which they definitely could. Wisniewski obviously pitched. He is out of the game. And Nemec still at third. He is scheduled to hit. We will see if he does get his third ups of the night. The payoff from Preissel. And it is not there. A good miss from Preissel. And that will put a runner aboard with 2 away.
That was about as close as you can get to a strike without actually getting a strike.
I think based on the way that he stood, it was inside.
I think so.
I think the height was about perfect to be down the middle. It's just he missed the corner. New batter, new life here for Independence as they will bring on Vinny Cario. And that throwback to Sastry not in time. Preissel trying to be proactive on the base path to avoid any runners moving on. Once again, the tying run is on the base path at first. Popped up, it's coming towards us. Dangerously close to us off of the side, and Brendan Preissel comes to our rescue to retire the side. Cam, I think that's the first time today we got a little bit concerned for our safety there.
Definitely. I don't have a glove.
Neither do I, and I am not Evan liking a play like that. We go to the top of the 6th inning in Indy. All still to play for. Holy Name 4, Independence 3, your score. This is Spring Training Baseball live on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Two innings left to go in this spring training clash at Independence High School. On the bump, it is Ronan Cheddar wearing number 19. Once again, one new additional sponsor, Century 21 DePerio. If you want honesty and experience in your next real estate transaction, look no further than Patrick Mitchell at Century 1 DePerio, a proud coach and supporter of Holy Name Baseball since 2007. You can call him at 440-431-7458. If you mention Holy Name Baseball and you buy a house from him, he will make a $150 donation to the Holy Name Baseball program. Luke Hudak taking some swings as we begin the 6th inning once again in Independence, Ohio. A very chilly Independence at that. The first pitch he sees, an awkward hit over to the left side. He has a chance to hustle it out, and he barely isn't in there. A great play from third. A one up, one down, one pitch. But you have to respect that hustle from Hudak. He made as good of an effort as he could down the line. I think he got caught off guard by the way that the ball was hit off of his bat.
Yeah, it looked like it kind of hit off a little bit of the end cap there.
And now up steps another lefty, I believe our second of the day. It is Mike Alexic. First pitch he sees, he pulls off of 0-1 count. Once again, Ronan Shetter, he made the game-winning catch at first base in the 18U OPL Championship game this past season. He deals. That pitch misses outside. 1-1 on Alexic. Alexic known more for his defense, but in a moment's notice, he can get a big hit. The main one that we look at when talking about him, his triple down the left field line at BW against Padua. That was probably his best hit in the Holy Name Pinstripes. The pitch, and he fouls that one way out.
At the fishbowl. Yeah, it's Fisher Field. We call it the fishbowl.
1-2 the count here on Alexic. All I know, Mount Union, I think it's Rogers Field. I'm pretty sure. 1-2 the count. The pitch. Chopped foul over towards Nemec, and Nemec almost had a nice play, but couldn't make it while warming up. And the fans let him know. This is the beauty about spring training. Everyone just goes out there, has a good time. They get better. It's more of a relaxed game. This is the way that baseball is supposed to be played. Relaxed setting. 1-2 the count. Shetter sets. The pitch. Lobs it in, and Alexic takes him to right field, and he is out. A good line, a good pop off the bat, but definitely not enough to clear the right fielder. 2 up, 2 down.
In true spring training, I wish this was Arizona because it's warm in Arizona.
Or anywhere else. Teal's bubble, I've heard, is very warm. Move it to Teal. Go to PA. Why not?
But we have this beloved thing called school.
The first pitch to Nemec, and he made contact.
Little,
He tried pulling back, but couldn't.
little excuse me swing.
0-1 now the count. Nate Senka waits in the on-deck circle. His brother Jason getting some action on the mic at Mount Union for some baseball games this season already. Jason, a member of the class of 2021 for Holy Name Baseball and Holy Name High School. Lobbed in, and Nemec will send it into center field, and it will be caught to retire the side. Another good pop, but not a lot of power behind it. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning in Indy. Once again, Cam, for yet another inning in a row, all still to play for. Holy Name 4, Independence 3. We have a nail-biter on our hands. We return to Independence High School in a minute. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. home half of the 6th inning here in Independence. It will be the Independence Blue Devils trying to retake at least a tie, but more likely for them right now, their scenario, they want the lead. Obviously, they have more time to work with. We will be playing the bottom of the 7th inning regardless, but Cam, the colder it gets, the less likely we will see that breakout play. Preissel getting ready for his 2nd inning of work, and we are underway for the home half of the 6th inning, and it is in the dirt, 1-0 count. Cam, your thoughts so far on the scrimmage? A good start for Holy Name, up 4-1. They played from behind briefly and then were able to make amends, but right now, Independence, they have a very good chance of getting back into this game.
Yeah, I mean, outside from that 3rd inning, Holy Name's offense has kind of been nothing really. So other than getting those 4 runs, they haven't done much.
We talk about Holy Name making great plays down the stretch. They need to make it consistently throughout the game. We talk about it in basketball. A team like Baldwin-Wallace, they're consistent every single quarter. The women's basketball team, they're very consistent every single quarter they play. That is why they win tight games. They are able to avoid potential upsets of teams coming back from down by 20 because they play that consistent style of basketball. The same principle applies to baseball. If you can score about 5 runs in 5 innings, 6 and 6, averaging about 1 or just under 1 run per inning, you set yourself up for success, assuming your defense follows suit. 3-1 the count. The pitch from Preissel. And it is outside, a lead-off walk for Indy. And now up steps Trouble. He had a double his last time out. It is Dom Narduzzi. Narduzzi overall, a ground out and a double to his name today. We still really haven't seen him make a play down to second base. The one opportunity he had, he couldn't get a hold on the ball. And that is just a byproduct of it being so cold.
Yes.
Preissel deals. And it is a strike. Sank thought about the back pick. I like that he's being active behind the dish. You need to be active and as well as a catcher to stay warm. An extra movement that keeps you a little bit more warm and a little bit more locked into the game. 0-1 the count. The runner might break. He thought about it, the pitch, and it is fouled into the net, and Sank catches it on the reverb. Doesn't really count for anything, but a nice play by Sank. 0-2 the count on Narduzzi. It is Sam Crooks, the third baseman, awaiting in the on-deck circle. Preissel sets, looking for out number 1. Runner goes. Doesn't get out number 1, and the runner at second base is safe. A good backup play by Nemeth prevents any more damage.
He looked like a wide receiver out there, running over and making a nice catch with the outstretched glove.
Well, good news for Nick Nemeth. He indeed is a wide receiver for the Holy Name Greenway football team.
That's why I said that.
And they have an interesting beginning of the schedule. Normandy and Gilmore as their first 2 games. And then they go on the road to Columbus to take on Marion Franklin. A good block from Sank. The runner will go, and there is not enough time. The tying run now stands at third base for Indy. But a good block by Sank. A good recovery. He's making the effort to get over there, and we talked about it with Tordzidlo and Narduzzi. You don't need to make the play every single time. You just have to keep it somewhat close, and he did. 2-2 the count. A big pitch upcoming. Narduzzi, a chance to tie things up at 4. The pitch misses upstairs. Sank loses it, keeps it right there, and we will have a full count 3-2 with Sam Crooks awaiting in the on-deck circle. Already 1 RBI double today. Holy Name, the last thing they want to see is him step in. 3-2 the count. Preissel lining up for the payoff pitch. Deals. And it's in the dirt. It scoots away. This too tight. Sank will dive, and it is not in time. Independence ties it up at 4. What a play, reading the down angle. Sank did all he could there, Cam. The dive just not in time. It was definitely a bang-bang play. But either way, honors even, and Narduzzi is aboard with a walk.
Yeah, like you said, really close play at the plate, but Independence is going to tie it up there at 4.
And I think the call that was made was correct. You watch that replay, that hand just got in there in enough time. And all of a sudden, bottom of the 6th inning, Holy Name's offense will be asked for runs in the 7th. A tough spot for the Namers to begin. A similar game now. We go back to last year's spring training. I think you know the game I'm going to mention, Elyria.
Mm-hmm.
You led, and then at the end, things just didn't go your way. I think it was a 4-3 game.
I think so. Kind of fell apart there at the end.
And that was the opening scrimmage of the season, and it was a very cold day. I think I was asked if I was doing the game. I think I looked at the temperature and made a business decision to do the North Royalton game in warmer weather. The go-ahead run in Narduzzi stands at first base for Independence. Preisel's pitch. It is a strike. 0-1 the count. But just like yesterday, with the starters in, Holy Name looked dominant. If they kept in their full starters throughout the entirety of this ball game and yesterday, I think we'd be looking at a 2-0 team in spring training. The pitch. Ground ball up the middle. This could be 2. The flick from Spets doesn't come. The throw to 1 is wide. Sastry loses it. It's just outside the dugout. There is no play at third, and the go-ahead run now stands 90 feet away. And once again, the cold playing tricks. A tough transfer from Spets. Just couldn't get a good enough read on it.
And then he threw it away at first base, which allowed the runner to go to third.
Well, Cam, it is chess match time. Sank bringing out the first and third play, and we need to see something here. It is Jolliffe's turn, and Jolliffe with one swing of the bat, no one down, can give Independence back the lead for the first time since the 2nd inning. What a turnaround that would be. Runner goes, the pitch from Preisel. Sank will throw down, and it is cut off by Svets at second base, but that will put 2 runners in scoring position now for Indy. For Holy Name, it would be Torzidlo, Vega, and Svets. So right now, it would be Sank, Stibley. No, they moved Stibley in for Preisel, I believe. So someone in the 9 hole for Vega and Svets due up. And that is the beauty of spring training. You never really know who is going to step in the batter's box. An 0-1 count. The pitch from Preisel. And now it's an 0-2, a good delivery from BP. Coach Crooks giving some instructions over at third base. I feel like Independence, a small but mighty team, they would go nuts if they take the lead here. 0-2 the count. The pitch from Preisel, and it's a swing and a miss. Jolliffe chases, can't connect. Out number 1, came where it needed to, at the plate.
Yeah, and that's a very good out right there, the first out, but they still need 2 more to get out of this inning.
Over to our right, it looks like Harrison Frank is warming up with some swings, so he might be in that 9 hole. I would not be surprised to see that by any means. And now we see Anthony Sabanya, the shortstop, reached on an error his first time up and walked his second. Bunt shown, pull back, and now no one home at third. We will not have a rundown, but Sank a good beeline over down that third base line. He had him on a step at least.
Oh, 100%, yeah. If there was someone at third, we would have gotten him.
It's tough, though. Nemec did the right thing, crashing along with him. That way, if that bunt is down, he doesn't get burned on the play, and you have to force BP to make that play. It's a tough lose-lose situation in that case, but I think Holy Name, they'd rather play for the bunt, and if somehow they get the out at third against a very talented base runner in Narduzzi, they will take it. And once again, we go back to that quarterback play, an elusive man on the base path. And this time they try and bait the throw. Narduzzi, he wanted the throw down, and Sank just leaves it. That's the right call.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, I said it on the first and third. We have a chess match. This is not really baseball anymore. It's just chess. You move your pieces into place, and somehow in some way one side will be determined the quote-unquote victor of this inning. 1-1 the count. Both sides creep the pitch, and it's blocked by Sank. A big block makes it 2-1. Narduzzi, if he gets a good leadoff at third, he's taking off.
Especially if it gets away.
Independence 1 for 1 on plays at the plate when attempting to steal home tonight. 2-1 the count. Preisel sets. Now the pitch. And it's low, brought up by Sank. 3-1 the count. In the on-deck circle, it is Ronan Cheddar, the left fielder turned pitcher. A big pitch from BP. He needs to have it here. 3-1 the count. Honors even at 4. The pitch. And it's right down the middle. We will have a full count, 3-2. A very good spring training game. This is what you want to see.
Absolutely.
A big payoff pitch, the biggest one of the game upcoming. Preissel looking for out number 2. He won't get it. It is passed. It bounces back, and Narduzzi will score standing. Tom Narduzzi from third reads the down angle, and Independence, for the first time since the second inning, takes the lead. Reading the down angle. The most important skill in baseball, I would argue. If you can read that down angle better than any other team, you will score a lot more runs. And once again, another byproduct of it. 2 runs today have scored at the plate for Independence on passed balls alone. And once again, we are at first and third. But Independence, this is exactly the spot they wanted to be in. They trailed early. They battled back down by 3, Cam, and they were able to make this happen. This is a very successful game for them, even if they lose. Preissel sets and delivers. First pitch is a strike, and Sank might have him at third, and it's just not in time. The throw a little bit wide of the bag to the right side. Nemec's left. Just bring that in a little bit, and the odds are there. But again, if you hit it off of his head, that ball's loose, and you see the dugout where it is, that might bounce in. You have to be careful right now. Every little play makes a bigger impact than before. The bunt is down. The play at the plate will not happen. Nemec goes for the one at first, and on the tag, it is not in time, and another run will score. 2-run score, 7-5, Independence leads.
7-4.
A great sequence for the Blue Devils. 7-4 the score, and that will put them in a very good spot. A excellent bunt placed by Cheddar.
Yeah, great bunt place, no play at home, and then the play from Garrett thrown over to first put Ishmael in the runner's lane, so the ball was hit out of his glove when he caught it and allowed the second runner to score.
I don't blame Garrett by any means for trying to make that play. You have to make something out of that situation. It was always going to be a tough play.
Absolutely.
First pitch is a strike, 0-1 count. There's Josh Peters now up to hit with Crooks in the on-deck circle. Holy Name would need 3 to tie things up in the top of the 7th, but we will play the bottom regardless. Sank the back pick, and we have a rundown, but Sastry unable to get there. Going to third, it is Cheddar. The play at third will not happen. Cheddar is in standing. From corner to corner, Ronan Cheddar now 90 feet away from scoring.
Just a little bit of an errant throw right out of Sastry's reach. Ends up in right field and runner from first to third.
A very tough spot to be in. Sank had him on a jump, but he would never turn back in that situation. No one in front of him. You're up by 3. Why not try and help your cause to make it 4? Preissel will set. Now the 1-1. And he gets the cut from Peters. 1-2 the count. Once again, it would be Sank, whoever will be in for Vega, assumingly Frank, and Svets due up in the top of the 7th for Holy Name. 1-2. Preissel looking for out number 2. Unable to get it there. That evens it up at 2-2. This inning definitely slowing down the ball game. We are now an hour and 45 minutes in. And it looks like we will have at least another 15 minutes left. 2-2 the count. Preissel sets, fires, and it is popped into shallow right field, caught over in right. The throw at the plate is not in time. Sank unable to get a clean read on it. Ronan Cheddar scores from third, and Independence continues their host of runs. Now for this frame, 8-4 the score.
Yeah, good strong throw by Stibley out there in right, but unable to make the play at home.
It was a good throw at the plate. It really was. It just curved a little bit at the end. The wind, everything considered, a tough play. Independence right now, it looks like they will win this scrimmage. But once again, keep in mind, for Holy Name, they brought out their starting rotation at the end of pretty much the third inning. 1 run scored, 4 scored for them. 4-1 the score at that point. Their starters, they did their job. And this is a learning experience for the rest as they try to settle into some new spots. 1-0 the count. The pitch from Preissel. Right in there, evens things up at 1-1. Preissel just looking to get out of the inning, and we will have some action in the bullpen. Josh Peters, it looks like, will be the closer for Independence. 1-1. Preissel deals. Ground ball over to the left side. It's scooped up by Nemeth. He bobbles. The throw across is in time to Sastry to retire the side. Sastry on the stretch helps out Nemeth, but the damage has been done. 5-run score in the bottom of the 6th inning. An explosive inning, Cam. Holy name, they need 3 runs here to win the game, or 4 runs to at least keep it going. 5-2, take the lead. Either way, we will play the bottom of the 7th regardless. It is scrimmage time. That is just how it works. It might be a little bit confusing, but either way, that is what we will do. And it looks like we are right. Harrison Frank will be on to hit for Vega most likely. So it will be Frank in place of Vega. And it will be Joe Svets. But we will see if that holds up when we return. Independence 8, Holy Name 4, your score on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. New pitcher on the mound for Independence as we enter the 7th inning. It will be Josh Peters looking to quote-unquote close things out for the Blue Devils. Once again, we will play the bottom of the 7th inning, but really, if we were playing a real game, this would be the final 3 outs Holy Name has to work with. We can call it game over after this frame, but either way, we will play the bottom of the 7th. Cam, your thoughts on that? You played in these scrimmages before. Does it help to play that extra half inning even if there is not really anything to play for?
I think it does. You get another extra half inning in for work, whether it's the hitters or you get some different guys out in different positions or a new pitcher in there.
Peters' first pitch on the bump will zip low. 1-0 the count on Sank. It'll be Sank, Frank, and either Svets or I believe we saw Nathan Gorey with a bat. So that could be our third. Once again, this is a scrimmage. It remains yet to be seen who we see step in that box. And as we saw in the green and white scrimmage, a lot of organized chaos. I think they wanted to send up JR 5 times in a row if they could have. There was no order by the end of that game. But a very fun one at that. Lubo's team winning 9-7 after an extended game took us to the 8th. 2-1 the count. Harrison Frank now doing some warm-up jumping jacks.
Just got to stay warm somehow.
I'll take a quick look at him just swinging that bat. 2-1. And now 2-2 on Sank. But Frank, he pitched earlier in Cam. If he can pitch like that in season, look out. He will definitely go to the fullest of his pitching ability, most likely 100 pitches at a time. And he will go deep into games, especially if they are close. And Sank goes down swinging there. Couldn't connect. 1 up, 1 down, 1 strikeout for Josh Peters.
Especially with that 1-2 combo of Marchetta and Frank.
And don't forget about Germano from the bullpen. That is a big one. He is a complete bullpen guy. That is who he is. He knows his role, and he plays it really well. injured for a lot of last year, came back the first game he pitched in, part of a three-way no-hitter against Garrett Morgan. Which, ironically, it was Garrett Nemec pitching against Garrett Morgan to start that game. 0-1 the count on Frank. The pitch. Ground ball over towards short, scooped up. The chuck across the diamond is in time. A great job to reestablish at first base by Crooks, and that is enough for out number 2. It took him a second to get his foot back on the bag completely, but in the end, the play is made, and Holy Name, if we were once again playing a usual game, would be down to their final strike, and they really are offensively, but the game doesn't end here. And as expected, now batting, it is Nathan Gorey. The first pitch he sees is a strike, 0-1 count. But a great start from Peters, even if he only plays against 3 batters. The strikeout, the forced ground out, and whatever happens here, a good, quick outing. But we do have some extra action in Independence's bullpen, so we could see another change, or they might say, we're playing the 8th.
We'll find out.
1-1 the count on Gorey. Peters sets, fires, chop to the left side. This could be trouble, and it will fall in the bullpen. 1-2 now the count on Gorey. If he is able to get on, it would go to Nick Nemeth. Our next Holy Name baseball broadcast comes on April 5th at North Royalton, 12 p.m. first pitch. It will be an exciting affair to get the season underway. Holy Name, lofty expectations after bringing back the majority of their team from 2024. 1-2, the pitch. Breaks in, and not enough break. 2-2. We are now at about the 2-hour mark in this contest. 2-2 away the pitch, and once again it is fouled over to the stadium. It barely clears that top corner. That was one place we definitely did look at the broadcast from, as either way that vantage point would have been good. I am still not willing to admit that the ball can't go up there because it did sail over where we would have set up. The 2-2. And that is enough to retire the side. Gorey goes down looking. Peters gets the namers in order to retire the side. And now it appears after a handshake between Masetta and Coach Crooks, they will call it here. We will not play the bottom of the 7th inning as priorly told. Your final, Independence 8, Holy Name 4. A great game played by Independence. They have a very small roster, but Cam, when you have Crooks and Arduzzi batting back-to-back, that is tough to beat.
I mean, yeah, they did really well today, especially with those back-to-back doubles that gave them that run. But, yeah, complete game around by Independence. They were able to stick around in the bottom of the 6th inning and get those 5 runs that really propelled them forward.
Those 5 runs, indeed, all the difference in this one. 8 for your final. We will step aside and hear one final word from our sponsors and then be back on to announce our player of the game presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. This is Spring Training Baseball live on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. 8 for the final. Independence wins this scrimmage over Holy Name. Once again, we do have one final sponsor. We have not been able to make the ad for him yet. It is Century 21 DiPiero. If you want honesty and experience in your next real estate transaction, look no further than Patrick Mitchell at Century 21 DiPiero, a proud coach and supporter of Holy Name Baseball since 2007. You can call him at 440-431-7458. And if you mention Holy Name Baseball and you purchase a home from him, he will make a $150 donation to the Holy Name Baseball program. Thank you to all of our sponsors, Coach Mitchell, along with the Health ECU Chiropractic Center and CrossFit Strongsville for bringing you this game. As we said before, CrossFit Strongsville and the Health ECU Chiropractic Center, they trade on and off a player of the game. This time around, it will be the Health ECU Chiropractic Center where I go for all my chiropractic needs. And after this game, given Dom Narduzzi sliding head first and kind of taking that weight on his back, he might need to go there. Dom Narduzzi, are the Health ECU Chiropractic Center player of the game. Can't talk about Dom. He had that double, but the play that made the biggest difference, the go-ahead run as he stole home.
Yeah, absolutely. He was all over at the dish today with that big double that kind of sparked them on their offensive journey today. And like you said, stealing home, kind of just going for it head first. That close play at the plate, but like I said, keeps their offense rolling and kind of propelled them forward.
A lot of moving pieces as this is spring ball camp. We were supposed to have a broadcast tomorrow at Alliance High School as they welcome in Sandy Valley. If you are keeping score at home, move that game to Thursday. That will be the same time, 5 p.m. Same team, same everything, just a day later as there are extreme colds expected in Alliance and really around Ohio. Tomorrow, if you are interested, I believe it's at 6 or 7 p.m., we will be at Karis Stadium as Mount Union welcomes in the Mount Union Fighting Muskies for a women's lacrosse clash. So far, the women's lacrosse team looking very good this year. Only 3 losses against very good teams. That game will be live on Mount Union Boxcast. On Friday, we will be in Leopardtown, the Division III basketball state champs. But instead of basketball, we will be outside at the softball complex as they welcome in regional hopeful, the Marlington Dukes, at 5 p.m. And to close out our coverage this week, we will be at Alliance High School on Saturday as they welcome in Dalton for a softball clash. The next week, it gets a lot more congested. We have at least Monday, Tuesday, Thursday of Alliance. On Friday, we will be at Tri-C as Clark State comes in to take on the Triceratops. And on Saturday, we will have our next Holy Name Baseball broadcast, Saturday, April 5th, as we take the trip to North Royalton. The Green Wave and the Bears do battle in no row. Once again, 12 p.m. first pitch once again on SmeeSports. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFist2024 on Twitter, and subscribe to the SmeeSports YouTube channel and enable push notifications to be notified when I upload or go live. Trying to hit 2,500 subscribers by the end of May. I believe we are within 15. So if you are new, go down below and subscribe. It costs nothing, and it greatly helps out our efforts here at SmeeSports as well. If you may have noticed, we did have some quieter audio throughout this broadcast. We got a new soundboard yesterday. We are still finicking with things, trying to give the best audio quality as possible. The old one, it died on Saturday, our Saturday broadcast. If it sounded like we were in somewhat of a wind tunnel or in a fishbowl at any point, we used the snowball and cam going back to the Holy Name football days, the initial days, year one. I think we both have a slight grievance against the snowball if it isn't being used to catch a PA announcer.
Yeah, I'm happy that we're not using it anymore.
But glad to upgrade to the Yamaha. This thing, I believe, has 8 inputs or something like that, non-sponsored. But if we could get some technology sponsors, I think my wheels are turning. And with my dad's knowledge of technology, I think his wheels will be turning simultaneously as well. But that will do it from Independence High School. The Blue Devils win it 8-4. Thank you to Independence Athletics for hosting us today and allowing us to broadcast this game. This has been Independence versus Holy Name Spring Training Baseball live on SmeeSports. For Cam Ragazzo, I am Nathan Smee saying so long from Indy, and we will see you on Thursday in A-Town.